Yeah, so happy New Year, guys. From wherever you're watching us from, nashukuru sana for you being a part of this show. Today being the 14th of January 2025. It's another beautiful morning, another bright day that God has given us the chance to be here. And remember, kama umeona siku ya leo inamaanisha you have an assignment that you have to accomplish, and you have to make sure that whatever it is that you're pursuing it in His will. Usiende kujipeleka, tulisema hii mwaka hakuna kujiongoza. We are doing things in a different way now. Last week we talked about forming healthy relationships. Natumai ya kwamba uliweza kufuatilia kipindi hicho. Na this year 2025 you're going to make an intentional choice to make and form healthy relationships. Na tulisema relationships are the backbone of human interaction. Okay? Pale kazini you need a relationship with your co-workers, you need a relationship with your parents at home, you need a relationship with your fellow peers. So make sure that those relationships are healthy. Kumbuka, forming healthy boundaries, learning to say no, learning to communicate openly. There's so many lessons that we learned in last week's show. Na tulisema si kusoma tu na kuachana nayo, but implement them in your everyday life, okay? Hapo kwa resolutions, weka in bold, forming healthy relationships 2025, because they can either make you or break you, okay? Amazing. So, thank you again once more for being here, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, because today's show is going to be one that you don't want to miss out on. It's going to be really, really amazing. Tumeanza mwaka, things are still new, things are still fresh. Kwa wale ambao wanafuatilia Kingdom Seekers Fellowship, Church Without Walls, ama the ones who are members here, we know that we are in a very, very delicate season for us. And today is day 2 of prayer and fasting as we dedicate this year. Tunaenda 21 strong. So kama hujapata kujua that information, natumai kwamba now you have an idea, and you can tune in if you're not able to come here kwa lunch hour, and also you can come through Pia for Morning Glory so that you can all get blessed together. Okay, amazing. So you can follow MBCI TV across all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and also my official handles are at official Sylvia Wanja. You can reach out and you can have a conversation right there. Nakumbuka tulisema MBCI TV is a big family that comprises of both TV and radio. Okay, so kama uweze kufuatilia kwa TV one-on-one, you can tune in pale kwa radio. We have amazing shows, amazing hosts, and we also have timely news for you. It's important for you as a believer to be in the know of what is happening, what is going on, even as you're praying. Ujue ukiombea nchi unaombea nini haswa. Okay, so make sure you tune in right there. Okay, without further ado, let me introduce the topic that we're going to be having today. Now, the topic is on goal setting and vision boards. Tumesema bado tuko January. The year is still new, though time inasonga haraka. We're already in the second week, and it's up to us to decide how we're going to set the pace for the rest of the year. Okay, we talk about New Year resolutions all the time, but now let's break it down to again, Danny, into the specifics about goal setting and vision boards. What is this goal that you want to accomplish this year? What is a vision board? Kwa wale ambao hawajaisikia, ama the ones who know, like, what do you need to put in your vision board? Now, that is a very, very important topic that is very timely, that we need to follow through with so that we can set the pace. Tulisema tusifanye vitu the same way over and over again. Okay, we need to make a difference this particular year, and what better way to do that than learning, relearning, and unlearning. Zile vitu zenye ulijifunza zenye zifai, unlearn them. Those things that you need to learn afresh, learn them. Those things zenye ulijifunza lakini bado unahitaji kukumbushwa, you relearn. Okay, amazing. So I can also introduce the question of today, which is, have you set your resolutions? Okay, it's the second week, so we want to know, have you set your resolution? Have you written them down? Okay, siku zisema tu, have you written down your New Year resolutions? Tulisema hakuna kusema, oh, I'm going with the flow, oh, I am, no. You have to be very intentional and write them down. So share that information with us using our numbers 0721 105 105. That is WhatsApp, and also normal text message 23814 short code, which is absolutely free, and also MBCI TV Facebook page and MBCI TV YouTube down in the comment section. Tell us, have you written down your New Year resolutions? Okay, without further ado, we have a very, very important guest with us today who is very much able to walk us through this particular topic. So I wouldn't be doing her justice if I do the introduction. So let us get the guest profile, and then we'll be coming back to start with the conversation of today.
Angela Wamaitha Kioko is a young resident of Nakuru County. She is a youth leader from Nakuru West who's passionate about her community. She works with Black Coffee Networks as a project officer. Angela designs and implements projects on meaningful youth engagements in all spheres of decisions making. She conducts mentorship programs where she conducts capacity building training for young people. Angela also participates actively in politics, formerly known in her community as the Gen Z politician. She's an aspiring politician who looks to vie for the 2027 elections as the Member of Parliament for Nakuru Town West. She is a community mobilizer, a community activist, a leader, and a mentor to many young people in her community.
Amazing. So there we have it. We have Angie Kioko, Honorable Angie Kioko with us today. So maybe we can get started from right. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'm also well. It's nice to have you here.
I'm really honored to be here this morning.
Yes.
It's such a pleasure to be here to share my insights on the topic that you've said.
Yep. Amazing. So I remember the first time we met, you introduced yourself as Honorable, as an MP, Angie Kioko. Now I want to know what brought that up before we get started on the topic of today.
Yeah, so I have always been a lover and an empathetic about challenges that people go through, especially young people.
Yeah.
And I'm very passionate about my community, to create change, to restore dignity.
Yeah.
And it pushed me, as I've always been a community activist, lobbying and advocating for a meaningful youth engagement in the governance processes. But I thought about it and I was like, why can't I vie myself and be that leader that I want to see? So I decided that I'm gonna vie. I told my friends about it, my colleagues, my family, and they supported me. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
I would say the ground is very receptive. They're accepting me well, and I like it. I like the experience, and I'm looking forward to 2027 to be on that ballot box.
Wow, that is very amazing. You want it, so you go for it.
Exactly.
Usibaki ukijiuliza maswali mengi, sijui nitaweza, nitafanya nini, you just go for it.
Exactly.
Amazing. So today we're talking about goal setting and vision boards, and we thought it wise or important for us to tackle this particular topic as we are starting the year, because up and watu wanaandika resolutions, they're setting the pace for the rest of the year. So maybe we can start with goal setting and maybe define what goal setting is.
So goal setting is putting your desired outcomes down on paper mostly, because when you're talking about goal setting, is the process of writing them down and just putting them on a board, the way we say vision board. But goal setting is the process of thinking, sitting down, reflecting about what you want to achieve, and then planning it out and putting it down on paper, because that's the most effective way of achieving your goals. But basically, a goal is a desired outcome, and goal setting is the process of putting that desired outcome into an actionable plan that you want to work towards achieving it progressively. Yeah,
so it's not something that happens instantly.
No.
Time and it grow.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And what are some of the characteristics that make up these goals?
So there's this SMART model that people mostly use when they're setting goals.
Yeah.
But within that SMART models, those are the main characteristics that we want to see in a goal. First of all, the aspect of being very specific. What do you want to achieve? Because you realize when your goals are very vague, you might not be able to achieve them because you do not know what are the specific steps you need to take so in order to achieve them. So it's the process of being very specific and particular with your goals. So this takes a lot of reflection and introspection as an individual to think about what do I really want to achieve and how do I want to achieve it. But also you need to ensure that your goals and your plans are measurable for you to be able to track progress, for you to be able to actually keep tabs on yourself and see where do I need to correct, what do I need to improve, what do I need to do better. So there's the aspect of measurable. And then there's also the aspect of attainable. You need to ensure that you have goals that are attainable. Don't go out so you don't overwhelm yourself. So you need to think about the aspect of attainable, and that goes in line with realistic. You need to set realistic goals according to your skills, according to what you can do, because that also gives room for growth. Because when you set realistic goals, you know, these are the gaps that I have, that's why I cannot reach this level, but these are some of the ways that I can bridge these gaps. Maybe going back to school, maybe taking an online course and something like that. So it's the aspect of realistic also, which is very, very important, and time-bound, because time-bound gives you a sense of urgency that I have to do this by this time. So you work backwards, like you're working backwards, you know, I have to do this by January. So when you put all this together, it makes your goals more achievable. It increases the feasibility aspect of it, because when you're specific, for example, I would say that if I want to do content creation, for example, and I want to grow my page, and I say by June, I want to have moved from 1,000 followers to 2,000 followers. It becomes easy for you to know that because you're specific and you've timed yourself. And then now you ask yourself, what do I need to do for me to achieve this? You start working backwards. Do I need to post twice a day? Do I need to look for content that is, do I need to watch more influencers? So you now start making small plans that ensure you're able to achieve your goals. So breaking down your big plans and just implementing them, it's easier that way. So those are some of the features of our goal.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I think this is not the first time I'm mentioning this, but Nime mentioned mara kadhaa. I've always wanted to go to the Maldives, but maybe the financial muscle kidogo inaniambia So would it be wise for me to put down such in my plan or in my goals, knowing that I'm not yet there, but it's wishful thinking? Is it wise ama kwanza nianze na Diani alafu to work our way towards going to the Maldives?
It depends on your mindset as a person, because anything you put your mind to, you can be able to achieve. So if you know, I want to go to Maldives, this is the budget that it takes for me to go to Maldives, you can be innovative about it. Talk to your group of friends and now break the budget down. Anything you want, you can be able to achieve, whether you want to go to Maldives or whether you want to go to Diani, with proper planning, and having a mind to work, because every goal needs work. It's just action. So you want to go to Maldives, this is the budget and this is what I can do to raise this money. Then why not go to Maldives? I think the aspect of realistic means just measuring yourself, but also don't downgrade yourself. And also a very important feature or character of a goal is challenging. A goal needs to be challenging so that it motivates you to wake up and work harder. Your goals need to challenge you so that they move you out of your comfort zone. It's not something that maybe you would go to Diani on a regular if you save well, or your savings at the end of the year would take you to Diani. But going to Maldives needs you to
work extra hard,
just a little bit,
so that you can be able to raise
So goals have to be challenging.
Wow, amazing. Director amenishomea kidogo na ananiambia Diani ni mbali, nianze na Homa Bay, lakini ni sawa tu. hakuna mabaya. So what is the importance of making sure that your goals are smart? We've said specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be attainable, they need to be realistic, they need to be time bound. What is the importance of that?
All these features have different things that they bring to your goal. For example, when you're talking about specific, it allows you to break down your big goal into small actionable plans. If you're talking about attainable or time-bound and measurable. Measurable allows you to track your progress. It allows you to sort of do monitoring and evaluation to your process. You're the first quarter in and you're able to see this is not working, I've not hit my target, maybe because of this and this. So all these features have small things that they have under them that ensure that you're able to achieve your goal more effectively. Because what this SMART or this framework does to your goal is it ensures that it has given you sort of a plan, an actionable plan, as opposed to just one goal. I'm thinking I want to go to Maldives, so how do I achieve that? So being specific, being measurable, attainable, time bound allows you to break down your big goal into small actionable plans that is very easy to track progress. So each letter under that framework, each word under that framework has something that it brings to your goal that ensures that you achieve your goals, and it's more effective in terms of how the process that you're using to achieve your goals.
Okay, and another thing I have noticed with the new year, watu wanakuanga na so many hopes, ama let me say, a lot of I don't know how to put it. Like, what wanakuangana ni psych. Niseme ni psych. Yeah, they have a lot of psych for the new year. So when they're setting those resolutions, summer goals, they go overboard. Like, they go for the big things. Sometimes it could be realistic. Sometimes it could be realistic. So I would ask, what are some of the challenges? What are some of the setbacks that someone might encounter when they're setting these particular goals?
So first of all, when you're setting a goal, you need to make peace with the fact that it will not happen exactly as you envision it, and maybe not at the time that you expected it to. It might happen sooner, it may take a little bit longer, but you just need to stick through the process. Some of the setbacks that you may experience when you're setting your goals at the end of the at the beginning of the year, especially if you've not written them down, is the ability to not follow up and do what you're supposed to do, because you might forget. You know, there's so many things that come with the new year. You're going back to work, maybe kids are going to school if you have a family, and you're trying to balance all that out. And if you don't write them down, you might end up forgetting the commitments that you've made to yourself. Another thing would also be creating time to actually do those things, that because like you've mentioned today, you would like to join that social club, but you've not been intentionally creating time.
True.
So you might not create time if it's not constantly at the back of your head that this is what I want to do at this specific time. So you need to create time, because that's not creating time for you to do what you want to do. You might end up not doing it completely. Another setback that you might experience is actually demotivation because of challenges that come with pursuit of goals. There's so many challenges that come with that, but a good alternative of that is to have a good support system around you, or to have accountability partners, people who know that this is what you want to achieve and this is the time you want to achieve it. For them, just talking to you and maybe just having that strong support system around you, for me, something that works really well for me. You have something to fall back on, because life is up and down. Sometimes your spirit is broken because you've experienced a setback that is unimaginable. And it's good to always have somebody or people that you fall back to that help you sort of remind you who you are, where you're going. And so that you can be able to just maybe caution you when you're falling and the fall is not as hard. So the challenges bit is usually very tricky, because people tend to give up when they experience challenges. But we need to see failure as a learning curve, instead of seeing failure as something that shames us or sets us aside from others. We need to see it as a learning curve, because it's all in the head, it's all in the mind. So if you're able to change your mind and your perspective in terms of how you're looking at it, it sort of even comforts your heart in terms of how you're thinking about it or how you're relating to it. So challenges is one of the things that people really sets people aback in terms of pursuit of their goals. And another one is not sticking to the plan. That's I wanted to save up for a car, but my friend bought a piece of land, and now my priorities have changed because nimepata pressure. So there's this aspect of also not sticking to the plan when your goals are not in the SMART model, sorry. So when you don't put them like that, the chances of you swaying away from the direction is easy. The direction that you had set is easy. So you need to set your goals and put them down on paper for you to ensure that you're able to hold yourself to account to stick to the plan. And then others is just demotivation and maybe being overwhelmed. Sometimes our goals might need us to work so hard. And you're there, maybe you have children, maybe you have a relationship, and maybe you have other things that require your time and your commitment. And you navigating around that sometimes become difficult, and you're very overwhelmed. So the aspect of also just incorporating rest into your work and the pursuit of your goals is really, really important. So that, because at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your mind that is working towards this. So you need to appreciate your body. You need to honor your body and your mind by giving it rest, allowing yourself self-care, wellness, know the things that make you feel rejuvenated, and take some time off to work on yourself and invest some time in yourself, because rest is very important. If you do not rest, you might become very overwhelmed and end up actually detesting what you do, because some of the things that we do really take a toll on us. Like if I use myself as an example, community work is not easy. You find someone is telling you they have been raped, someone is telling you their child has been defiled and they're asking for your help, someone has been battered so badly and they're asking for your help, others are out of school because of school fees, others have like cancer patients in the hospital and they need financial support. So those things may take a toll on you if you do not step aside from that and just give time. So working hard without thinking about rest and time might overwhelm you to actually deter you from the direction of your goals. So it's really important that you set some time apart to rest in as much as you pursue your goals, because there's so much to life other than our aspirations and our dreams, and it's important that we live in the moment, that we appreciate the present moment as it is, and we are able to sort of balance everything out, because stress can be very overwhelming, and this might make you even get sick and not actually be able to work on your goals at all. So those are some of the things that actually come with not using the SMART models when you're setting your goals, or the challenges, general challenges that come up when you're talking about pursuing or setting your goals. Yeah.
I've loved what you said, what you've emphasized on when it comes to detesting what you love, because you're not giving yourself time to rest. And there was a time back then we talked about the importance of rest and why you should take some time off so that you can be able to be well mentally. And remember, if you're not well mentally, you can't even be productive when it comes to the work that you do. So I think that is also something very important that you have touched on that I think the viewers should really pay keen attention to. We understand, unataka kuomoka, everyone wants kuomoka. Kila mtu anataka, you know, so everything that you want it to play out, you want it to work out. But don't forget, as much as you're working hard, don't forget to also take that time to rest. Now, you've mentioned something about accountability partners and how important it is to have someone to follow up and to help you and to cushion you when there's a fall. So maybe you can share with us the importance of having other people involved in your goals.
Having other people, you know, ideas are with people. Yeah. So
True.
having other people gives you a space to actually have different and diverse opinions from other people. Someone might tell you, this one you could do this and maybe it could work out more, or it could be more effective. So people bring in the aspect of new ideas, and people also challenge you. Like your friends or your accountability partners or your family, they know your potential. So like me, my family used to really push me to go to school when I wanted to go to school, but then I had all these excuses why I shouldn't go, and they knew that this is really important for me, and they really pushed me. And even the aspect of even vying, when I said I wanted to vie, so many people told me, you be the MP, be the MC, why don't you start with an MC? Others wanted me to be the chief. Why didn't you start at this level, and then you can grow forward progressively? And my friends would ask me, where is it written? In which rule book is it written that you have to start from this? So why are you challenging your conviction because of what other people are telling you? So it's really important to have people, because they ground you. They ground you, and they help you even believe in yourself more. So a family is really important. Friends are really important if family does not do it for you, because there are some people who don't have good relationships with their family. So, but it's really important to have a good relationship with your family. So friends are also really important, and they're also like social clubs or social networks so you can be a part of. Like for example, Black Coffee. There's another one for girls. I know it's called Jenga. You just come each other. You come together. You build each other. You give each other ideas. So it's really important to have people around you. And also when I talk to you, Wanja, and I realize, and we share the challenges that we experience each in our careers or our lives, and I get to see that it's not just me, Wanja is also experiencing the same. So it gives me the sense that it's okay. It's okay that this will also come to pass, because you also realize that other young people are also going through what you're going through. Your challenges are not just unique to you, and it sort of lifts your spirit, because you know this is just a season that I will overcome when the time is right. So having people around you has so many advantages, but it could also come with disadvantages. So you need to have the spirit of discernment to know, who do I want around me? Because there's some people who are saboteurs, and they will come to you and sabotage your efforts, the people who are just jealous. The people who are jealous, and they do not want to see you grow, and they will sabotage you in ways that you would never imagine they would do that. So you need to discern who you are actually allowing into this personal safe space of yours. Somebody who's not going to come and compromise what you have going on. So people who are not just telling you, hey, MP, so people who are constantly demotivating you, those are not the right people to have around you. Have friends who challenge you, friends who call you out, friends who call you out when you're doing wrong things. Because it's not easy for a friend to tell you, hey, Wanja, you've been drinking so much lately. Why are you drinking? Unakunywa sana. So friends who call you out when you do things that are not right. So it's really important to have people around you, a great support system to always fall back on, because if you want to go far, you go with people. But if you want to go fast, you go alone. So when you are with people around you, it becomes easy even for your own existence, even just for fun. People that you can go out and have fun with, because that's like I don't know how to put it so that people can understand.
Yeah.
Because I'm a people's person. I love people. I love
being
empathizing
around
with people. I love listening to their issues. I love providing solutions.
Yeah.
So it's really important. Even so, for me, I have a community, my whole constituency. So I cannot emphasize on how important it is to have people. But as I've said, people can be malicious. But they're also genuinely good people who go out of their way. And I also believe that God places your destiny in people's hands. Like He will position people here and there to support you in terms of the growth into actualization of your purpose and your dreams. He will put it in people. It's people that will come and support you. It's people that will come and offer you things that you would not think that they would offer to you. And that's how you grow. But you need to know who are the people that are around you, because not everyone is going to play that role of supporting you. Yeah.
So you need to have discernment. You need to pray for discernment so that you can know who is for you and who is against you, so that you can know what advice to take and what advice to do away with. Wow, that is very amazing. And when it comes to goals, probably for the viewers back at home, the first thing in inakuja ni the professional aspect of it. People are thinking about maybe career, maybe success-wise, but all these other issues, let's say, for example, issues to do with relationship, issues to do with those social issues, are they important for you to have in part of your goal setting? Ama hizo tu unajiambia tu, they will just go with the flow?
I think it's really important, in as much as we give meaning to our professional lives and our careers, that we also attribute the same meaning also to our personal lives. Because sometimes we put money at the center of it all, and we think that money is really important. Money is really good, and it's really important.
Very true.
But money is not everything.
Yeah.
I went to a friend's funeral, and they're very, very well off. And the friend was almost my age, and she had died of cancer. And the dad was saying, if it's something that the death of my daughter has taught me is that money, money is not as important as people are. So you need to understand that career, professional life is important, but all your other aspects of life are also equally important, as important as that. So when you're talking about setting goals, there are so many categories that you can set goals on. You could talk about your personal growth. What do you want to achieve this year? Maybe you want to become more physically fit. Maybe you want to become
physically fit.
I know. Maybe you want to become more in tune with yourself, and maybe you want to grow your relationship with God. Those are personal growth, personal goals that are very important, because the inside is what helps you achieve what is on the outside. If inside you are at peace, everything is well with you, it becomes easy for you to actually even be productive in your work. So there are personal goals. There are people who love traveling, so you also need to put your hobbies as your goals. How are you going to work on your hobbies in this world where we're looking for money? How are you gonna balance it all out? So if you like traveling, you know that I've set my goals for this year. I'm going to travel twice within the country, and then I'm going to one international, like something like that. You plan it out so it becomes easier for you to achieve, and so you can also know what you can even have a savings plan for that. There's also the aspect of family. Maybe you're looking for a spouse, or maybe you already have a spouse and you want to see your family grow. There's also the aspect of setting those goals for your family. There are goals that you want to achieve as a family, what you want to see, so you can sit together and come up with goals as a family if you have a family, or if you're looking to have a family, you can set goals in terms of which kind of family you want to have. Who are you looking for in terms of a spouse? How do you want your kids to live? And thinking about it actually allows you to position yourself and be ready for that kind of family, because you cannot start saying, I want a prayerful man, I want a man who does this, who earns a 6-figure salary, and you're the opposite of that. You need to position yourself to receive what you are looking for, because we treat our goals as if they are alive, as if they are in motion. They are coming. They're not here, but they are coming. So it's really important to have that. Sorry, it's really important to have that.
Wow. I've loved something that you said about positioning yourself. And I think I came across a video of someone sharing the same, that you have expectations about your partner, especially for the young people who are watching this and are not yet married. You have these big expectations. You want tall, dark, and handsome. You want someone who is fit, who goes to the gym. You want someone who earns a 6-figure salary. But what are you doing? You need, whatever it is that you want, now flip it. Now work on that, because that is who you need to be, so that you can attract someone who is on that side already. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, amazing. So even as we're talking about relationships, maybe we can talk to Gen Z's kidogo. There's this trend, there's this thing that happens a lot where people talk about their personalities. People say, I'm an introvert, I don't know how to talk to people. And I think that is, you're quite introverted, Sana. It has been talked about on so many platforms, and so many people saying that they're introverts, they don't know how to interact. They would rather just text someone or call, but they don't want that face-to-face interaction. And we've talked about how people are important than money is, or than all these other things, the career, the success. It's important for you to have people in your corner. So what would you tell that Gen Z mwenye anasema, hey, mimi hapo kwa kutoka kupatana na watu kidogo? Even relationships. Mtu anataka relationship lakini atokagi kwa nyumba, atapatana na huyo mtu wapi? Let's talk to them. Let's tell them something, because they need to work on it.
Okay, so they said that Obama was very introverted, but for him to win the presidency or the election, he had to actually move out of his comfort zone and learn how to speak to people, learn how to relate with people, for him to actually win that topmost seat in their very superpower country like the US. And as you said earlier when you started this conversation, your goals will require you to move out of your comfort zone. Your goals, no one is telling you to change, to completely do an overhaul on your personality. But if you want to get something, what are you willing to compromise for you to get that? If I want to achieve this, I need to wake up every day at 6 and get this. So I'm compromising 2 hours of sleep for me to get what I want to achieve. So there's something you're giving for what you're getting. There's something you're compromising for what you're getting. Ensure that if you like your time, you like your space where you just chill, it's you alone, ensure that you still have that. You can create time for that. Maybe on weekends, it's just me, I'm indoors, my own space, I'm able to just soak within my space, and that's how I like, because that's what rejuvenates my space. That's okay, create time for that. But also push yourself out of your comfort zone. What's the worst that could happen if you go out and speak to other people? What's the worst that could happen if you join a social club and see how it goes? So goals is about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Your introvertedness is your comfort zone. That's where you're most comfortable with. But for you to achieve, for you to know people, for you to have these good and amazing relationships with people, you have to push yourself out of that cocoon. But as I'm saying, it's also really important to know what you like, to know what builds you and what sort of rejuvenates you. So if it's just that alone time that you need, don't now change completely and say, I'm now going to change, because your personality is something that I think you're born with, and it's very, very difficult to change. So create time for that. Create time for things that make you feel good. But now ensure that you also create time for other things that are necessary for you to get what you desire. If it's a relationship, put yourself out there. Go out to social spaces, go out to events that are there, go out to these small things that people are gathering, social gatherings, and you'll be able to find more people, you'll be able to increase your circle and find people that are going to actually attribute to your growth and to achieving your goals. So you're just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. We know that even me, I'm an extrovert. You find me at 5 a.m., I can speak as if it's, but and there's some time where I'm needed to be quiet and listen as opposed to me talking. It's difficult, but I learned that I know I have too many words, but I have to also keep quiet and listen to other people. So these are just like aspects of your personality that you twitch here and there to fit or to get what you want.
So you need to change. Don't usibaki the same way you are. Don't say you are an introvert, that's why just switch kidogo. Be an ambivert, be extroverted in spaces where you need it to be, and then maintain that introvertedness to make sure that you rejuvenate or you re-energize yourself. Don't lose yourself in the process of trying to find a better version of you. Okay, amazing. So when it comes to writing these goals and putting them down, how often do you need to change or review these goals?
That is subjective to an individual. It depends on you, and it depends on the plan that you have. There's some people who do annual vision boards, like they put their plans, their annual plans, like plans for the whole year, you put it down. There are some people who do quarterly plans. You do your plans in the quarters of the year, the 4 quarters. So you do the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter, different plans. But there's some people who do monthly. But when you're talking about setting plans, it's important to at least have a good time frame so that you don't keep getting overwhelmed with setting goals here and there, and you have enough ample time to work on your goals. So when it comes to setting goals, I would recommend annual, but I do 2 years. Because I'm a dreamer. I go all out. I want things that I know this one will take me 2 years. This one can honestly take me 1 year. So I would recommend maybe setting your goals for 1 year. But in terms of review, when you're talking about placing your boards or your vision boards, I would recommend that you place them at a place where you could see them every day. You could see your goals every day and what you've written down every day. So it allows you to sort of review them every day almost. When you're waking up, you're looking at it, and this is working, this is not working. But if it's like you're intentional with the process of reviewing, I would recommend that you do it maybe in quarters or monthly. You go after a month and you see how far I've come, what are the areas of improvement, what is working well, what is not working well, why have I not been able to achieve this, what do I need to do more, what do I need to reduce. So that is the importance of reviewing your goals. It allows you to sort of evaluate the process and see where the gaps are and create actions in terms of how you can be able to bridge those gaps. So that is the aspect of reviewing, and the time frame is subjective to an individual because it also depends on the urgency of your goal. How quick do you want to achieve this, or how long do you think you can take before you achieve this? And what was also is the investment, the resource, the financial investment in your goal, and what would it require for you to raise that amount of money? So I would say the process of reviewing is subjective to an individual, but it's really important to review your goals because it allows you to monitor your progress and evaluate your process.
Wow. Yeah. You monitor and evaluate. You know, most of the time we write down resolutions, and I think I'm a victim. You write them down and then utaenda kuzifungua mwisho wa mwaka ukijambia, hey, kumbe hata ilikuwa, hata ingine ilikuwa. Because you didn't review, you didn't monitor, you didn't evaluate anything. Unafika mwisho wa mwaka, you haven't done anything. Maybe you've accomplished like 2 out of 10, and you could have done more. So it's important for you to keep on reviewing, to keep on checking, so that you can see what is working, what is not, making adjustments and all that. And during this, we've talked about setting a goal maybe annually. That's an entire year. How do you make sure that you stay motivated and consistent in following through with these particular goals that you have set? Juu hapo kwa consistency, najua tuko wengi sana ambao we are really going through it. You start strong January, February, March, mafuta inaanza kuisha. By the time inafika ni July, ni hivyo hata umesahau, you're not even interested. How do you stay motivated?
How you stay motivated is focusing more on the process than on the end goal. Because when you focus on this big thing that you need to achieve at the end of the day, that might deter you or shake your motivation when it looks so big. So you need to focus on the process, because the process is beautiful if you're able to look at it with the right perspective. If you're able to look at your failures like a learning curve and embrace your failures, love your failures, as opposed to hating them and beating yourself up. It's embracing that and saying, this is where I am because of this, but I choose to look at it like this, because I said at the end of the day, it's about your mindset. So focusing on the process allows you to celebrate small wins, that I want to lose 20 kgs, but I've lost 3. So I've not lost 20, but I see progress.
You've lost 3.
So tracking allows you to celebrate those small wins, and that is brought by looking at the process as opposed to looking at the goal. And so also celebrating and acknowledging. Don't say, I've just lost 5. I need to lose 20. You need to appreciate yourself. You need to appreciate yourself through the process. And you also need to find things that give you energy and rejuvenate you, because that's really, really important. I cannot emphasize on how important that is. If it's resting, if it's swimming, if it's a good cup of tea with your friend, something that actually re-energizes you is really important to be part of the process, to allow you to sort of be able to keep yourself motivated. And also just learning when to break. If things are overwhelming, you break and you take some time off. Like there's a lady I know who we work with who took on a defilement case that really brought her down. And it's important that you realize that at this moment I'm not in my element and I cannot be able to deliver on what I'm supposed to. So giving yourself that time to just move aside from everything so that you can be able to rebuild and recollect yourself and come back again. So it's important to know when your goals are overwhelming you that you take a back and just relax for a minute and allow the world to burn. If it's gonna burn, and then come back to it later. So those are some of the things that keep you motivated, and sticking to the plan really motivates you, because when you see I'm supposed to do this for 12 months and I am 4 months in. Sticking to the plan, because you do not want to waste your 4 months, right? You're not just gonna waste your 4 months like that, because your time is really important. So sticking to the plan allows you to just continuously be motivated around your goals. But something else that allows you to stick to the goals and stay motivated is seeing your goals. Because when you write your goals down, you might put it in a notebook and put it in a shelf somewhere, and you might not look at it, or you might forget. But when you put it in a place where it's visual, like a vision board, and you're able to see it, it motivates you. It sort of even gives you dopamine in your brain and your body, which pushes you to work for that specific thing that you want to work on. So those are some of the things that can make you stick to the plan and stay motivated as you look onto the goal. But something really important is that not to focus on the goal, but the process.
Focus on the process. I think most of us focus on the goal, and we see it as this big mountain, and you're like, huko nitafika kweli? Like, you know what, let me just take a pause, we'll try again next year. Na hiyo wakati ukisema hivyo mko April unasema I'll just try again next year. Guys, I'm done for this year. I've closed the books till next year. But again, I guess it's because we focus on the end goal instead of focusing on the process. So this year, try things a bit different. Focus on the process. That small progress that you're making, celebrate those small wins, and you're going to be able to achieve more and more over time. By the time unafika the end of the year, you wouldn't know it. Kama utafika huko vi mwisho, hautajua what is awaiting you on that end. So focus more on the process, not on the end goal. Okay? Amazing. So tumeshinda tukiguzia vision boards. I think it's time for us to get into that. What is a vision board?
A vision board is basically a visual representation of your goals, like your goals, but in a picture form. That's the easiest way and the most basic way that I can put it. So this is getting visual representations of what you want to achieve. Like, for example, you want to buy a car, and you get a picture of the car that you want to buy and putting it on a board somewhere. So vision boards could be digital, or they could be the old way of having pictures, printing them out and sticking them on something, then pinning them on the wall. Or you could have those pictures, get them online, put them together on your phone or on your laptop, then put it as a wallpaper on your phone or on your laptop to be able to see it. But basically, a vision board is a visual representation of your goals.
Wow. And what is the importance of having that vision board, that visual representation of what exactly that you want?
So the vision board allows you to see, and it comes, so many things come with that. There is the aspect of your brain just registering. I equate it to igniting a car. It's like you are igniting your brain, and now it pushes your body to do the necessary, what is the necessary that needs to be done for you to achieve your goals. And also the aspect of manifesting and vibrating on that energy that allows you to bring whatever you're thinking into fruition. And there's the excitement that comes with seeing it a bit more realistic, because when I say I want to buy a car, but when I think about it, which kind of car do I want to buy, which model, how is it gonna look, and then maybe I want a Mercedes E-Class, and I print it out. There's something exciting about me seeing that photo of that Mercedes, that it sort of ignites my imagination, that I start imagining myself in that Mercedes, how it's gonna feel when I'm driving it. And that is the beauty of seeing it, because it pushes you to even manifest quickly, because your biggest energy fields are within your heart and your mind. You're able to feel and think about it like it's happening. But the thing about vision boards and manifestation is that you have to embody your dreams. Like, for example, you've put that Mercedes Benz there. You need to go to driving school. You need to get yourself that driving license. Like, you need to act like you know for sure it's coming, because it's the belief that allows us to see those plans that we have come into fruition. It's the embodiment of the plans that you are able to walk the path. If I want to be a lawyer, that I'm able to dress like a lawyer. I've gone to law school, I've gone to ask for brochures. Like, you need to embody the dream that you have. That guarantees 100% you achieving those. So the vision board allows you to see it, and it sort of ignites your imagination, ignites your brain to think more, and it excites you as a person to see it there, and it pushes you more towards achieving your goal. And it's very effective, tried, tested, and approved by me.
Wow, amazing. Tried, tested, and approved by you. And also, I've loved what you've said about building capacity, embodying whatever it is that you want. You can't say, nataka hiyo Mazda CX-5, nato tena driving school, hauna driving license. Ikikuja alafu, itakuwa itukika kwa parking. Hapana, you want it so that you can drive it. So start with going to driving school, get your driver's license. Kama kuna gari yako practice nayo, good. So that when that car comes, you are ready for it. Don't ask for something when you don't have the capacity to have it, to handle it. Okay, amazing. So walk us through the process of creating this vision board for those people who are hearing it for the first time. They have never seen it, they don't know what it's like. Walk us through the process of creating it.
So a vision board, as I said, you could create it either on your phone, or you could print out papers and create it physically now and pin it on a wall. But I would recommend printing it, because your phone, you might change, and you might lose your phone and something like that, and you might lose the plans or the things that you had put together. But people use different things. Previously, people used to use old magazines and newspapers, and they cut out the images that they want. For example, it's that car, you cut out that car, that family, you cut out what represents what you want. But in the era of AI and technology, things have become very simple. People use applications like Canva and like Pinterest. And you search in a representation of what you want. For example, I would look for a blended family, and you put it there if you're looking for something like that. You would go look for Mazda X5, the way I've heard you say, a red Mazda X5, or a black one, the exact thing what you want. And then when you collect them in different categories, maybe in different, you have the personal growth. You could also use things, if you're a girl, you could use things like glitter, things that make it more appealing, things that excite you more. You could use marker pens with different colors. You could use highlighters. Something also to put on your vision board is quotes. You could write quotes. You could write affirmations on the vision board. And then you could now categorize it into what you want. You could have career on this corner, you could have your personal life on this corner, you could have your family on this corner. So it's just categorizing it into whatever model or formula that works best for you. But before actually printing them out or actually sourcing for the papers or the pictures that you want, it's really important to reflect and introspect in terms of what you want to achieve. So you could really think about it, put yourself in a corner, because you don't want to be influenced by other people to tell you, I think you can buy a car.
I think you can do this.
I can buy a car. And then you put it on your vision board. So it's really important to ensure that the process is a process that is subjective to you, so that you can be able to evaluate yourself in terms of what can I be able to achieve and what can I not be able to achieve right now. So the process of introspection and reflection, to ponder on your thoughts, to think about what do you want to achieve it and how you want to achieve it. I think then you would put it down on paper. You would write it down for it to be more clear, because in your mind it's very vague. Put it down on paper. This is what you want to achieve. And it's really important to ask yourself why, who, what, where. Those questions that make you now go further down when you are breaking down your goal. So after you have really thought about it, you've put yourself in a corner and you've come up with all these things that you want to achieve, you start now sourcing for visual representation of whatever you want to achieve online now.
Yeah.
You could do that through Pinterest. That's the application I recommend because you will find everything that you want on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Or Canva. You could Google how a vision board looks so that you don't start from zero, or so that you could have different ideas and insights in terms of how you would like to make yours. I hope I had carried mine so that I would show the previous one that I had, but unfortunately I've not carried it. And now you source for the images and then you print them out. You cut them, stick them on maybe a manila paper. You could do a manila paper, or you could do a Canva frame. For me, I do Canva because I usually put vision boards for 2 years, so I want something that will last
long.
Yeah. So you glue them and you put it somewhere. I would say even when you wake up, the first thing you would see, just
It's
maybe
that
even
vision
close
board.
to your bed,
Yeah.
or close to a mirror that you use every day when you're dressing up. So somewhere that you're able to see and internalize those images,
Yeah.
digest those images, and those images like become a part of you. So because seeing them every day, there's something that it does to you. It reminds you, it pushes you, it ignites you, it relates to you, it speaks to you. There's something that those images do into your whole brain, and it sort of activates your body and activates your brain to start working towards them. So seeing them there pushes you to do it. And I would say, like the first time I did my vision board, I really wanted to go to school, and I put a photo of someone graduating, and I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
And I thought I was just putting it for the sake of putting it.
Yeah.
But when I had started school 2 months in, is when I looked at the vision board and I was like,
So this.
this was there. This was there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking, I wasn't alive to the fact that how that process is happening very slowly. So it's really important that you put it in a place where you'll be able to see it every day, so that you are reminded every day of where you want to go, and so that you can be able to act. Because if you do a vision board and you put it on a wall and it's not followed by action, that's just decor. It's purely decor.
Yeah.
So you need to act. Action is the antidote of pain. Action is the ingredient of faith. Like action, I cannot emphasize on how important it is to act. And majority of the people do the bare minimum. They do the bare minimum. So if you go out of your way, you are just in this very small percentage of people who are pushing themselves. So work hard and work extra hard and act on those things and have a mind to work. Do not procrastinate. These things that make you lazy, think about them and think, how actively can I move from this to this? So I cannot emphasize on how important action is, because action is the basic ingredient in terms of whatever you're cooking. For you to achieve those goals, you need to act. You need to do it. You need to take action.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's this particular quote that I had. I'm not sure whether I had it from you or someone else, but they were saying that the only thing that separates us from people who are extraordinary is the extra bit. So be willing to do that extra so that you can also become an extraordinary person. Because that's the only difference between us where we are and extraordinary people. They're willing to do that extra. So do that extra for you to become an extraordinary person. Okay? Amazing. So let us get to hear what people have to say in the streets concerning the issue of resolutions. Do people have resolutions? What are people looking forward to in this particular new year? Okay? Labda uta borrow a thing or two from whatever it is that they're going to share with us. So let us get to hear what people have to say about New Year resolutions in the streets.
Hii mwaka niko na matarajio 3. Kupata bibi, kujenga na kununua gari.
Hii mwaka mimi niko na matarajio ya at least by the end of the year nikuwe na tuna kabisa kangu hivi, ni improve kwa talent na nimjue Mungu zaidi.
Matarajio yangu ni ya kununua gari na kujenga nyumba yangu.
Mimi mwaka natarajia serikali itakuwa sawa, kwa sababu sasa kulingana na hii mwaka ingine venye imetupeleka haikutupeleka poa. Sasa natarajia hii serikali mwaka hii itakuwa sawa.
Mimi mwaka naweza taka tu, nilipita, nataka tu kwenda campus. Mimi najua maisha campus ni tamu.
Hii mwaka nitarajia kwamba at least vitu zenye zikutendeka 2024, at least this round either in terms of kupanua biashara ama nipate hata biashara yenye mimi naweza fungua kivyangu, at least hata mimi mwenyewe ni succeed, nione hii mwaka at least vitu zenye sikufanya last year, at least nijaribu nizifanye this year.
Amazing. So that is what people have to say about resolutions and what they're looking forward to in this new year. Na najua umesikia kadhaa, probably you'll borrow from it, but there is one mwenye amesema kwamba the plans that zenye alikuwa nazo last year na hakuweza kuaccomplish ata carry forward to this year. Is that advisable in your own opinion, to carry forward what you were not able to accomplish into the new year?
That is definitely something that you should do, because when you're talking about monitoring and evaluating yourself, that's the whole essence, that you're able to see the gaps, where are the gaps, and how you can be able to bridge those gaps. I personally have goals that I was not able to achieve last year, and I'm pushing them to this year. It's important to give yourself grace, and to also make peace with the fact that things do not always go as planned 100%, and it's important to always looking into how you can make things better and make yourself better, and how you can, where do you need to tighten things so that you can be able to achieve your goals. So I would advise people to do that if you're not able to achieve something and it's really important to you, re-strategize, replan, and go for it again.
Na kuna mwenye amesema tu matarajio yake ni kuhusu the country being okay. Is that something that you can put into your goals, ama that is beyond you, so you just stick to what you can control?
When you started, you actually said that it's important for your viewers to understand what role they actually play, what is going on in the country.
Yeah, so that they can pray better.
Exactly. So, like, personally for me, I take matters of governance I do know I cry. Sometimes I read the General's report and I cry. What? And I cry because I weep for my constituency and my county and my country. And it's something that I hold so close to my heart, because it's the future. I want to have kids. I want my kids to go to good schools. I want my kids to have security, and things are not good. So there is a role that each and every one of us has to play when it comes to actually pushing the development agenda for this country and this nation. And it's really important that you realize what role, because we all have rights, but what we seem to forget is that rights comes with responsibilities. And it's important for us to actually act on those responsibilities so that we can be able to witness our rights. On Sunday, I saw 5 boys who were roughly 7 to 9 years old stealing from a hawker.
What?
And they harassed him, and they were so rude to him, and they stole bananas from him.
What?
And those are 7-year-olds who are actually going into crime. What is attributing to that? It's the cost of bad governance, it's the cost of corruption and such other things. So it's really important that all of us play our role in terms of achieving the development agenda of this nation, and in terms of just being able to see that integrity and accountability is adhered to by our government. So I have goals in terms of what I want to do for the constituency, for the ward, and for the country at large. So it's important for you to do your part.
There's also, I think, a verse in the Bible that talks about when Israelites were slaves and they were being told to pray for the country that they were, I think in Babylon, they were slaves in Babylon. So they were being told to pray for Babylon because the prosperity of Babylon is also directly linked to them.
Exactly.
So if Babylon prospers, they prosper. If Babylon falls, they also fall.
Exactly.
So it's important for you to also pray for your country wherever you are. Najua unasema saizi mimi nangoja tu nini ivane nipate majuu. Lakini for now you're in Kenya. So pray for Kenya despite no matter how bad the situation may seem. Pray for Kenya because the prosperity of Kenya is also directly linked to you. If Kenya falls, you fall. Okay? So make sure that you do that. Okay. So there's someone who is maybe hearing about goals for the first time or vision boards, or maybe they have had it in passing and they're looking forward to maybe creating that vision board. So what would you tell them for someone who wants to create a vision board for the first time?
I would say that just do it. Just do it, because what's the worst that could happen? You're not going to die. But I would say it's something that's going to help you. It's a tool that helps us in terms of hastening the process of achieving our goals. And it's a tool that helps us to challenge ourselves. It's a tool that helps us to raise up to the bar, rise up to the occasion, and move ourselves out of our comfort zone. But I would say because you're doing it for the first time, it's important that you sort of look up the process, research the process in terms of which how exactly you're gonna do it. Look it up online. Make Google your friend, Google Kidogo, so that you can be able to get more insights in terms of what you want to put on your vision board. I also, the first time I did my vision board, I went for a breakfast meeting that a lady called Thank God Wambura had hosted. Thank God for TG.
Yeah.
So TG did a breakfast meeting, and she took us through the process of doing vision boards, and then she now tasked us to go and do it on our own.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, I wasn't actually sure whether it's going to happen. I was still acting on the motivation and the fuel that I had gotten from that breakfast meeting. But when I did it, after 1 year, the results were crazy. I would say I achieved almost 80% of what I had put on my vision board. So I just encourage you to take a shot at it and research more on how it's done and do it. And please don't let anyone influence the process of you creating your vision board. Let that process be a reality that you know of and you understand. And I would say that you need to really think about your goals before putting them down. Do not overlook the process of introspection and reflection. It's really important that you sit and think, what do I want to achieve? How specific do you want to think about it? And then now you can put it down on paper. But I would advise anyone who's listening to me to do it, because it's a tool that can actually change your life. Yeah.
Wow. And you've shared your experience of preparing that vision board. So before you were not doing it. So maybe you can share with us, or you can give us pointers of the differences when you didn't have it and when you now have it, so that they can pick it and also forge forward with it.
Yes, so many differences, I would say. But the beauty, I would say, about vision board is that the goals that I put there found their way to me.
Wow.
As opposed to previously, I was just, first of all, previously my goals were very ambiguous and they were all over my brain.
Yeah.
I had not thought about them. I had not written them down, so they were everywhere. They were everywhere in my brain. They were very vague, and I didn't quite know what I wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
It's with setting my vision goals that I actually decided to vie. Before that, I knew I want to be a politician.
Yeah.
I do active politics. I'm involved in campaigns. I'm a close associate with some politicians. But I never really thought about what is my space within the political space. What is my conviction within this within this ecosystem? So putting my goals down on a vision board allowed me to ask myself why, what, who, when, where, how, up to the point where I now thought about it. What specifically do I want to do in politics? I cannot just say I'm a politician. Now, what does that mean to me? How does that look like? What am I going to do towards that? So before, my goals were very ambiguous, they were very vague, they were all over my brain, and it was really, really hard. I would achieve them, but not as effective as when I started writing them down.
Yeah.
So I would say vision board brought a sense of clarity, because I was able to think, I was able to really think about them, and it brought me a sense of clarity. I was clear. Where am I going?
Yeah.
And when you clear your road, even you now start paving way, because you're sort of, you now know where you're going, and you now start making small steps towards this overall goal and objective. So those are some of the differences before and now. And then I also would say that the vision board has allowed me to stay motivated, because when you see some things coming to reality that were in the vision board, it motivates you that you see, if I put this there and it came to fruition, then definitely this is also going to come. As big as it might look, as crazy as it might sound, you anticipate it and you now see it coming to reality. So vision board also sort of makes you more motivated, because you're able to see these goals come into realization in a small way that builds up to each other, and that keeps you very motivated. And then I would also say vision board allowed me to imagine, because when I put my house there and I would see it, sometimes I would start thinking about how it smells, how it looks, how the seats are comfortable. So it allowed me to imagine, and it's with imagining that anything you create in your mind will crystallize in reality. And for sure, I would say, for sure, it's gonna happen. So for me, vision boards are a game changer, and they really changed my games in terms of even the amount of time that I think I would have taken to achieve something. I achieved it even quicker. Like, for example, before I had a vision board, I was like, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school and do another course. But with the vision board, I was like, I'm going to go to this school, do this course in this specific time. So as opposed to saying, I'm going to go to school. Now I know I'm going to do political science. I'm going to go to this university. So it allows you to sort of now see it in being more specific. And now when it's more specific, you're able to do it because you've mentioned, you now start sourcing for universities. It allows you to sort of break them down. So for me, I think vision boards were a game changer. Yeah.
Wow. And I think also vision boards are directly linked to faith because it's something that you see on paper, but it has not yet manifested in real life. So you need to really believe that it's going to happen and also work towards it happening because again, faith without action is dead. Always weka tu hapo useme na siku moja nitafanya hii, siku moja nitafanya, and you're not doing anything, okay? You need to do your part even as you are hoping for things to be better. Amazing. So vision boards, goal setting, very, very important topic. I'm hoping that you're following through. I'm hoping that you're learning the important things, and I'm hoping you're going to implement them. Tukimaliza hapa, by the time tunapatana next week, please make sure you have your vision board. It'll be the first thing I'll ask before we start the show. So as early as now, start making sure that you're working towards it. We've talked about having a manila paper, right? And a canvas, maybe, if you want it to last longer, if you're setting it for longer, then marker pens, glitter if you're a lady, anything else that you, and those printouts, anything else?
Printouts, the scissors for cutting out the printouts, maybe just gluing it, and maybe quotes, cutting out also quotes, and maybe encompassing the aspect of affirmation. You could read them on your manila paper on the sides. I am healthy, I'm in control, I listen to myself, things that, and when you're writing this, you need to find weaknesses, because me, I struggle with listening to my intuition, because I'm very stubborn. It may tell me go this way, and I'm like, I need to go this way, or I know where I'm going. So I remind myself that I need to listen to myself more, because most of the time, if I go against it, I end up kinaniramba. So I want to listen to myself more, and I actually understand that that small voice inside me actually wants the best for me, and it's I don't know everything. So you put things that speak to your belief, and the gaps that you know are within things that you struggle with. So you need to also make it subjective to you, that maybe you struggle with something that I do not struggle with. So it's important that those affirmations affirm the struggles that you have, and my affirmations affirm the struggles that I have. Maybe you are struggling with something that for me you have nothing to do with, so it doesn't affect you in any way. It needs to. So if you start affirming me, it becomes like not very relevant, because those are not the challenges that I'm going through. If I start affirming you the issues that are in my head, you're like, it doesn't resonate with that. So those affirmations need to speak to you. The quotes need to speak to you in terms of the challenges and the struggles that you as an individual go through.
Wow, amazing. So make sure those affirmations are specific to you. You know the struggles and challenges that you're going through, so make sure that they speak to you. Now we're going to take a very short breather right here, but we'll be coming right back so that we can finish on the conversation of goal setting and vision board. So if you have any question, make sure you send it our way as we come to the end. But for now, let's go for a short break, and we'll be coming right back, so don't go too far.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Nestled in the hills of Kabarnet lies Sacho Junior Secondary School.
Welcome to Sacho Junior School.
Our commitment is to foster a tranquil learning atmosphere.
Sacho Junior Secondary School is the destination for your child on matters CBC. We have one of the best infrastructure facilities in the country. Modern laboratories, computer labs, music labs. We also have French lab. We are one of the schools around with that offer French.
Bienvenue Junior de Sacho. Merci.
In our extracurriculum activities, swimming serves as a refreshing outlet for relaxation among our pupils and other sporting activities. For our boarding students, we offer comfortable accommodations and delicious meals. Transport is provided for the day scholars.
train up the child in the way it should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it.
To contact us, call 0711 940 699.
Welcome to Sacho Junior School. This is the school to be.
Sacho Junior Secondary School.
Be mindful of others.
Discover the limitless opportunities in the world of applied and social sciences at Goshen Medical and Technical College. Are you passionate about making a real impact in the fields of science and social welfare? Look no further. Our School of Applied and Social Sciences has a diverse array of programs to match your ambitions. The precision of laboratory science technology or the compassion of community health development and social work. We've got a program that aligns with your dreams. Our programs are accredited by NEC and CDAAC, ensuring that your education is of the highest quality. A minimum grade of C- or higher is required for diploma courses, D plain or higher for certificate courses, and D and below for artisan courses. We also offer bridging classes for English, Kiswahili, Biology, Mathematics, Chemistry, and Physics, allowing you to choose the path that fits your career aspirations. Visit our campus today or call us at 0750 264 044 or 0723 047 468. For more information, check out our website at www.goshencollege.ac.ke.
Welcome to Goshen Medical and Technical College, Thika. Yay!
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Awesome, amazing. Welcome back from that very, very short break. Remember, this is a relationship talk show with me, Sylvia Wanja, and we're talking about goal setting and vision boards. Now, we have learnt a lot this particular session, and I hope ya kwamba you have written down these things and you're going to make sure that you make that vision, but you're going to create it. Isikuwe tu ni stories zetu tunapiga tu hapa lakini you're doing nothing about it. We said if you have been doing things in a particular way and it hasn't worked out for you over the past couple of years, okay? Remember the reflection bit of it all. Reflect. Angalia all these other years zenye zimepita. Have you been able to accomplish what you've wanted to accomplish? If not, what have you been doing that is hindering you from getting to that point? And now this year, as we are starting, set the pace. Do things in a different way so that we can have a different result, okay? If we do the same thing the same way, you're going to have the same result. But if you do a different thing, you're going to have a different result. So let us finish up on today's conversation. And remember, if you have any questions, you can send them using our number 0721 105 105. That is WhatsApp, and also normal text message 23814 short code, which is absolutely free, and also MBCI TV Facebook page down in the comment section, and MBCI YouTube official down in the comment section. Now, Angie, you can share with us this vision board that we keep talking about. How do you stay motivated to make sure that you follow through with, or how do you stay inspired to follow through with the things that are there, especially if you've put in big things, and yes, you're supposed to work towards them, but you feel as if that they're far out of your reach. How do you make sure that you have that fuel to keep going so that you can achieve all these things?
I said earlier, for vision boards, when you're looking at your goal, you need to break down your goal. Because if I'm looking at losing 20 kgs, I need to think about working out 3 times a week. I need to think about maybe cutting sugar. So as opposed to just looking at, I need to lose 20 kgs, I'm looking at small things. I need to cut sugar. That's within my control. I need to work out 3 times a week. That's within my control. So it's really important to break down your goals. That's something that makes it so achievable. It makes the process easy, and it makes you stick to the plan, and it continuously fuels your motivation. That's the thing about the goals that are broken down. But when you're working towards one goal and it's just going to the Maldives, it might seem very challenging, but goals are also hard. So you need to realize that this process is not going to be as easy as I would want it to be. So anticipating challenges in the process, anticipating opposition if you are doing something great. Like for me, I get opposition all the time. I get someone who pays a blogger to just tarnish my name online. So that might break your spirit, right? It might make you feel like, I've worked so hard for this, but this one is just... So you need to anticipate challenges and anticipate that not everyone is going to be on your corner. And sometimes the hardest pills to swallow is that these challenges, this opposition might actually come from close, intimate friends, family, parents, siblings. Sometimes it's not just your haters out there. Sometimes it's people within your circle who do not want to see you grow, who are jealous of the steps you're making, who would wish it would have been them and not you. So it's really important to anticipate these things as you start on your goal projects, as when you start in terms of the process of achieving your goals. Because even when they happen, they are not gonna shake you as much as they would have shaken you if you had not anticipated those challenges. So breaking down your goals is one of the key criteria that allows you to see them being more achievable and achieving them, as opposed to just looking at it as one.
So break them down so that they can be easier to follow through.
Yeah, and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. It's the first time you're doing something like that. You need to enjoy the process. You need to, as I say, love your failures. When you fail, love it and embrace it and hug it. And now you bend this like you love it the way you love your partner. That's the only way that it's not going to break you. You need to look at the other side.
Of it, because I know anytime we're faced with failure, we think about how we are done for, how everything, like imeisha sasa mi I'm done. But now if you decide to embrace and learn the lessons from it, you'll be able to grow and become better, bigger and better.
And if you listen to people who have achieved great things, when they thought that was their breaking point, that was actually their breakthrough. When they thought, like I had a friend of mine who is the current MC of London Ward, and when he lost the by-election, I think it was a very, very hard loss for him, and he thought, this is the end of my political career. But according to me, according to my perspective, I think that was when his political career was actually birthed, and that's when he came in so strong. And 1.5 years later, he won the general election. So sometimes you might seem, in your human eyes, you might see that this is actually the end. This is actually the breaking point. But as they say, the good part is that when you hit rock bottom, you cannot go lower than that. Like that's
the only way to go is just up. So if you hit rock bottom, if you're at rock bottom right now, you need to be encouraged. Because now you can only go up. Wow, amazing. That is, today we're picking so many lessons. Hey, I'm hoping that we're putting them down somewhere so that we can use them for future reference. Now, how we've talked about the importance of having people around you, people in your corner, people in your circle. So how often, or should you even update them on the progress that you're making in your resolutions? Especially, we even talked about an accountability partner. Is it important for you to give them updates on how far you have gone or how far you have accomplished the things that you have put on your vision board, the goals?
So if this is your accountability partner that that took place in the process of your vision board, they know about your goals, it's important that you tell them. Not only when you are when you see good results, also when you experience a challenge and setbacks, it's important that you share it with your friends and your accountability partners. But as you said earlier, not everyone who's around you likes, and not everyone who's applauding is actually happy for you. So you need to have a spirit of discernment. So sometimes I might be, every time I experience progress towards achieving my goal, I run to you. I'm like, Wanja, this is what I did. I found this. And you're like, sawa. But deep down, you are so jealous. You feel so bad, and you are just vibrating on a very bad negative frequency, and so it affects my reality and it affects me. And so you need to know who it is that you're sharing this progress with. You need to know who you're sharing this information with. If it's people that are really for you, because I know you will know people that support you because of how they act towards around you and the deliberate effort they're putting towards helping you in terms of achieving your goal. So if those are people that are around you that give you like for me, there's a friend of mine, my best friend, my colleague, who I share with every step of the way when things are bad. And sometimes they even give you alternatives that make more sense, because sometimes when things are bad, you do not have clarity of thought. Your thoughts are clouded. Your judgment is biased because of the way you're feeling, and you might not make sober decisions at that moment. So it's important to have people who are telling you, no, I don't think you should do this. I think because the first time someone posted something negative about me online, it really took me aback. I was like, what hates me? Why would you do that? What have I done to deserve this? Yeah. And my friends reminds me that it's not you. This is politics.
Yeah.
You are in politics. So you need to anticipate things like this. It's important how you relate to it. It's important that you do not start having a back and forth with this person online. So sometimes it's important that because these people sort of help you think and navigate through situations that as an individual, it might be difficult or hard to move alone. So it's important that you know which type of friends you have. But if it's friends that are on your corner, it's important to update them and you update each other so that you're able to hold each other to account. And we said, you said you're gonna cut the sugar. Why do you have that 2 liters of Coca-Cola in your hand? So it becomes easy for your friends to hold you accountable and to also just share and exchange ideas. So, but it's really important to know which kind of friend you're doing that to. So don't come and do it to people who are trying to fish information about you so that they can take it to your competitors and give them an upper hand. You need to be really discerning with the people that you are letting in on your progress, on your goals. Yeah.
So it's good to have an accountability partner, but not everyone deserves to know the progress that you're making, because they can be the reason why you are set back, because they can come up with something that will hold you back from achieving what you want. Now, this is not the first time I've heard you talk about this, and there's a time you talked about vibrating on a particular frequency, and there is a scenario you shared with us. So maybe you can share with the audience about negative frequencies, positive, like why you tune in, that's what will impact you. Maybe we can touch on that a little bit.
So when you're talking about vibrating in the frequency, it's just about the way you think and the perspective that you employ in life. Like for example, how you choose to look at something and how you choose to translate the thoughts that you have. Because if your brain is always whispering something to you, always whispering, oh, you know this, so, and most of the time it's whispering negative things.
Yeah, you never make it.
Why are you talking like that? You're talking too fast. Yeah, it is just whispering things, and those are the things that we struggle with that no one knows about. So, vibrating on a frequency is governed by how you think. If you're thinking negatively, if your thoughts are just negative, whatever you're thinking is bound to happen, because the language of the universe is just and the energy is have and the thoughts that you have, if it's negative thoughts, those thoughts are going to manifest into your reality, whether you want it or you do not want it, because the universe and the subconscious is not biased. It's giving you exactly the way you're thinking about it. So if you hear saying, okay, me, I'm a pre-candidate of diabetes, the way I see myself, hey, and you know, my grandmother has it, even the way, like, eventually you're going to get it, because you keep saying that, you keep affirming that. But I'm here saying, me, I am healthy, I am of good health, I am fit, I feel, so we are not the same, because when you're operating in this frequency of positive energy, you are illuminating light from within you, and this light is from a space where it's not tampered and compromised. Like your vessel has not been tainted by negative energy. But if you're operating on negative energy, it even affects how you relate with other people. Because most of the time, if you are negative, it's the aspect of regulating your emotions. Your emotions are not regulated. You keep having outbursts of anger. You keep saying things that you cannot reverse. And it even affects how you relate with other people and how other people relate to you. The people can say, I love you, but I'd choose to love you from a distance, because you keep hurting my feelings or my emotions whenever I let you in. So it affects how people even look at you and how people relate with you. And it affects you more than you think it affects them. Because if I'm doing all these things and things are working out for me and you're there feeling jealous about it, it affects you more than it affects me. Because I'm not aware that you're jealous. I'm not aware that you're feeling as if I could die right now, that's your wish. I'm not aware, and those are the things, when you put that, it's a burden that you're putting to yourself, and you're actually struggling with it more than the person that you're projecting it towards. So negative energy, most of the time, it steals away from us. It's like the devil. It steals from you. It steals your happiness, it steals your joy, and it steals even abundant things that are supposed to come to you. So it's important that we train ourselves, because it's deliberate with every small thing that you think, with every small action that you take, and every decision that you make. It's important that you're deliberate to be positive about it, and always look for the positive perspective when you're looking at anything, because at the end of the day, it's just your perspective, and your perspective is what shapes your reality.
Yeah.
If I woke up today and thought today is gonna be a good day, I'm gonna go to that TV interview with Wanja and ace it. I'm gonna go on with my business and do other things, and and at the end of the day, whatever I said in the morning is what is most likely gonna happen. But you woke up and say today is gonna be a bad day. I sleep at so when the kutana conductor kutukane,
just be a terrible
it's gonna
day.
be a terrible day, and it's gonna even affect the outcome because it affects your productivity. It affects, and so actually vibrating on a positive energy is something that is so important to us, and we need actually to deliberately think about it like that. And you need to be deliberate in terms of how you're thinking, because it's all in your mind. It's all, and you can train your mind, because it's either your mind controls you or you control it. And unfortunately, for majority of us, it controls us, because we are unconscious of all those things that it whispers and how it manifests into our reality. We're not alive to those things. So you need to listen to like a third party to your brain. It's like you're listening to two people converse. So you need to move and realize that your brain is not you. You separate. It's just a part of you, like your hand. Your hand doesn't tell you slap this person and you slap them. But your brain has that control, because we think it's us. It's that's what makes everything about us. But it's just another body part. It's just your mind, and your thoughts are just running through. And it's important that you move from those thoughts, you move from those chaos, and listen to it, and make a deliberate decision to be more positive. That this person has come to me, I mean, but that's his issue. It doesn't warrant me now to get angry and spoil the rest of my day. It doesn't warrant me to start having my blood pressure rise. So it's important that we actually put ourselves in this space where we're just operating in the energy of abundance. We are cool, we are calm, we are collected, and it affects how things happen for us.
Wow, so tune into the right frequency. A frequency of abundance, a frequency of love, a frequency of faith, belief, the good things, okay? There's also this concept of a microscope. I think I've shared it here severally, whereby remember how we used to work with microscopes tukiwa pale shuleni, mkiwa kwa lab. Ukiweka specimen and then una focus, it becomes bigger. You enlarge that thing that you're looking at, that specimen that you're looking at. That goes for our problems pia. Focus on the negative, unaifanya ikuwe kubwa. Focus on the positive, unaifanya ikuwe kubwa. So make that sober choice to choose happiness. Yes, umeamka tu unaweza amka uende utusiwe. Sasa utajam siku mzima juu nini? Conductor amekuongelesha vibaya, na labda yeye ameongea vibaya juu hajakula. Jioni ukipatana naye atakuwa very happy, na wewe umeharibu siku yako na yeye ameshinda akiwa happy. So make sure you make that sober choice. Yes, umenikosea, but it's not going to affect the rest of my day. Because like, I'm just done. Okay? Nimeachana nayo, I choose to be happy, and you go on with the rest of your day happy. So make that sober choice. Now, we are coming to the end of today's show. And before we call it a wrap, maybe Angie, you can talk to someone who is watching us at home and who is seriously thinking about goal setting and vision boards, or maybe after this conversation, I may feel, I feel like I'm missing out somewhere and I need to really, really work on it intentionally. Maybe you can share with them a word or two of advice so that they can be able to get started on this beautiful journey of goal setting and vision boards using this camera right here.
Using this camera right here.
Yes.
So I'd like to speak to our viewers today, first of all, and tell you you are worthy and you can achieve anything you set your mind to. It just takes action and challenging yourself. I'd like to call out to all the young people of this country and tell you that the future depends on you. Those things that we ignore and think that they do not concern us. When you say politics doesn't concern me, all these things that you think do not concern you, those things affect you directly, they affect your future, and they affect even in terms of your goals and your feasibility in terms of achieving your goal. I'd like to call out to all of you and say that it's time for you to act the part, walk the talk. Let this year be different. By the end of the year, let us stand and say that we said this at the beginning of the year, and we're here to testify that actually it has come to fruition. I wish all of you the very best, and I hope that you stay consistent on your goals and you stay motivated and you achieve every desires of your heart.
Wow, amazing. And as we were having a conversation, you talked about the Black Coffee Network. Maybe you can share a little bit about that for viewers at home who are maybe wanting to join social groups. Tumesema hii mwaka hakuna kusema, oh, I'm introverted, oh, I'm nini. Go out there, volunteer, join people, interact with people. Maybe you can share.
So Black Coffee Network is a youth-led movement that was started in 2017. We focus on advocacy on reproductive health, advocacy on policy reforms, on budget allocation, and governance processes. We also are very heavy on meaningful youth engagement on all spheres of decision-making. And we are a membership and a movement of young people. It's a very cool movement where we also do things around wellness, we do things that are fun, we go out on trips, as we also do these very meaningful things for our society. We do a lot of community outreaches, we do a lot of mentorship programs through schools and at the community level as well. So I'd like to call on to young people of Nakuru County to join us today. You can check us out on our social media pages at Black Coffee Network. On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also reach us through 0740 286 596. 0740 286 596. You can call us directly and we'll direct you in terms of how you can join us. Or you could visit us physically at Cosmopolitan Building, 3rd floor, room 306. We are there, happy to help you in the process of registration and how you can become a member and become an important part of creating change in this society.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for coming. It has been a very wholesome show, and I'm hoping Yakwamba, the viewers back at home, are going to really implement what we've talked about. And yes, thank you so much. And also, I'm hoping the next time you're going to be hosting you, Itakwa MP Angie.
Definitely, definitely. So something to say is that young people should also go out and register for votes. Go out and register for votes as much as you can, because we are counting on you in 2027 to come out in large numbers and actually create the change that you want to see.
Wow, amazing. So, MP Angie Kioko,
yes.
Thank you so much for coming through. It has been really, really amazing. And we are hoping that the good work that you're doing in the community, just keep on doing it. The work with empowering the youth out there, keep on pushing, and God will give you the guidance and the sense of direction so that you can keep pursuing what he called you to do, because it's a calling. Some things you just do, some things you can't even explain. What's your reason for doing this? You don't even have a valid reason, because it's just a calling. You're called to do it, and the moment you do it, you feel fulfilled, and I think that is all that counts. Amazing. So that brings us to the end of today's show. I'm hoping, Yakwamba, you have learned something that you're going to share with a friend. That is the way it sticks. So share more with many other people so that it can be able to stick, and make sure you make it a habit, make it a culture. Do it each and every day. Create that vision board. Review it, keep on doing it, set those goals, keep on reviewing them, and you are going to be the best version of yourself this year. Do things differently and you will see different results, okay? So my name is Sylvia Wanja, but before we get going, we're going to get the Did You Know, okay? Let us see what fun fact we are learning today. Ndo uende ushine nayo pale mtaani, waambie, mnajua hivi na hivi. Okay, so inasema hivi, that dreamt is the only English word that ends with an MT. Oh, okay, I did not know that. Dreamt, akuna? Oh, management, apana. Okay, yeah, true. Okay. Dreamt is the only word in English that ends with an MT. Ukiwa na hiyo fact, unaweza ndo shainie nayo watu kidogo wajue, wewe na Kiingereza mko kimoja like this, okay? So, amazing. So that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you have an amazing rest of your viewing. Kumbuka leo ni Tuesday, so if you have any African song requests that you might have, make sure you send them through our numbers, and we'll be playing them for you right here, okay? Enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Sylvia Wanja. See you next week, same place, same time, right here in the Relationship Talk Show. Bye-bye.